Hello guys, my name is Martin and this is finally, finally, finally Hearts of Iron 4. The most anticipated game, I'm quite sure, of the grand strategy genre for the better part of 2 years, I guess. So it's here and it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna start a campaign and it's gonna be a 1936 game. But I was very much I debated with myself a lot about who to play in this lineup. I don't want to do a small nation for my first playthrough. One reason being that, well, there's not a lot to do usually in the at least in the beginning as a small nation, and it's also probably quite hard. You'll be very dependent on your allies. Mm. The downside to playing a big nation, obviously, is that there's a lot more to do, and whatever mistakes you make is likely to cost you the war. Because if you play Japan and you mess everything up, then probably Germany and Italy will be beaten. I don't know. I'm guessing here. And obviously, I'm going to be bad at this because it's my first playthrough. So yeah, the whole thing. I was thinking about Italy, but a lot of people do Italy because, yeah, it's the tutorial thing and they start at war and all that stuff. Everyone's doing Germany, of course. United States, I feel, may be a little bit boring at first, at least. It's going to be very interesting in the late game, but I kind of dabbled between like Japan or United Kingdom, and I settled on United Kingdom. That's what we're going to do. Because I have some ideas that I want to try out, and I'll get into those a little later. We're going to be playing on veteran level, which is as hard as it's going to get. There's a production efficiency cap of minus 20%, so we'll never be producing as efficiently in our production lines as our competitors. We'll be slower at researching and slower at gaining political power. So that should make it a little harder. We're also going to be playing Iron Man mode, because we want achievements, and we don't care about saves coming anyway, so might as well. And I'm going to play with historical AI focuses off. Again, most people I've seen play with historical AI focuses on, at least for the first few playthroughs, but I find that historical AI focuses kind of make the games a little bit more boring. Like, Germany will always annex Poland and attack France at set intervals and do this and do that. And they probably still will to some extent because these are good choices. But sometimes things should be different, right? Sometimes United Kingdom should just straight up attack Norway before Germany even has a chance to do so, because they take the Scandinavian intervention focuses and so on. And I think that makes for a lot more interesting gameplay, because as a nation, as United Kingdom, I cannot count on France to be a staunch ally. They may go communist or, I don't know, do some other crazy shit. So we're going to play with the focuses off. See how that works. What else can we do here? I hate when it does this, because I always click spacebar when there's a notification I want to respond to, and then if I have this set, then I actually unpause. So I love the fact that they have given me the option of toggling this. I don't think they did that in Stellaris. So Hearts of Iron people, kudos to you. Stellaris people, you need to include this in your game, please. Please. Oh, we have some ideas, or whatever you want to call them. British Stoicism. So we are ideological stable. We won't drift as much. We can create factions. In fact, we start with a faction. And we don't have as many people in our recruitment pool. And we have King George V with a lot of national unity, which is nice. Alright, let's get in there. And it's fine. Boom, that's a very big bell we got there. That's an effect, I guess. Alright. And there's gonna be a lot of stuff to do, and I have no clue. Of course, I've seen a lot of the videos, all the developers' videos. I've definitely had a chance to watch, and even some of the YouTubers who get the game early on, I have seen a little bit. Well, let me start by saying what's my overall strategy going to be. We want, as England, to win the war. That goes without saying. In particular, I want to kick all Axis out of Africa without any help from America. So I'm going to focus quite heavily in the beginning of the war on tranching Italy and here and here to secure the French holdings if they don't automatically join our side, and kind of keep the Italians and the Germans out of northern Africa. That will give us a lot of naval bases and air force bases on the North African coast, from which we can continue to harass Italy and maybe do some strategic bombing later on. I'm going to probably fortify Malta and maybe even Cyprus, get some air bases and some naval bases. They already have some. We're going to invest, I think, in naval bombers so that we can kill the Italian fleet whenever it sails out. We're going to post a force in the Mediterranean, a fleet of quite strong fleet elements. I'm thinking some carriers, some battleships, the whole thing, to kind of like just put a stranglehold on the Italian peninsula. We're probably going to leave France to fight its own war, because it's probably not going to be winnable, and, well, we may put some forces there just to gain experience, but I'm not going to put a whole lot of effort into holding France. France will have to do that themselves, more or less, so we'll be sure to withdraw in good time, so that we can come back to the United Kingdom, and then we're going to fight the war from there. So, let's see what we can do about that. The opening texts are pretty much all going to be about industry and research. So we're going to get production for the efficiency cap 5%, obviously. And we're going to get the construction. For the construction speed, I suppose this means civilian factories, military factories, infrastructure, radar, fortifications, all that stuff. This is how I read it. I'm going to hold off on the synthetic oil. We may never get this. It kind of depends on what kind of a territory we can get, because we have so many resources. We'll see. I don't really know what the end game looks like. We start with all of this, so that's nice. We can get radar stations. Well, we're going to get the research time first of all, obviously. Radar is a 38 tech. We don't want that yet. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Go. Doctrines, we're probably going to wait on those as well. Unless there's something, yeah. If there's something giving me better research. But it seems to be mostly combat related. Yeah, I'll need to learn the tech tree, obviously. I have no idea. Would be nice to get the Hurricane. That also gives us the sea glide. All of the fighters, it seems, comes with a carrier variant. Tactical ones, right. Let's get the Hurricane. I think we are pretty well set for industry and research. Alright. Civilian factories. We have 34 factories. We are using 15 for consumer goods. That's fine. We want more civilian factories. I'm gonna build my civilian factories in the north primarily. obviously to make them invulnerable to strategic bombing. A little bit there. We can put a little bit in Wales as well. Not here. So we have a 6-6. Let's put 8 and 4. So we have 2 slots in Yorkshire and south of that line. So that's a lot of civilian factories, but we're gonna need them, I think. How many is it actually? 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 19. Let's make it an even 20. We're gonna wait on infrastructure, though I do want to build infrastructure. Maybe not as much in England, but definitely down in North Africa, or indeed in Africa in general. I want to be able to move around in Africa without just being completely stuck in jungles and deserts and everything. We'll see. It may not be very necessary because the Axis holdings are kind of limited. Ethiopia, of course, will be Italian in about 7 seconds. So they have Libya and they have Ethiopia. That's pretty much it. Unless they annex Belgium, get this for free, I don't know. Even if they do, they won't have any troops there. We can just go and eat it, I suppose. That'll be good. We have some free dockyards and some free military factories. Yeah. Fleets. Let's start with the fleets. We do want to build up our fleets. Is there anything here that I do not want? Light cruisers, submarines. I don't think we need a lot of submarines, though. We'll use naval bombers to destroy convoys. That'll be fine. We have the supremacy on the surface, so. But we want to keep the supremacy on the surface, and we definitely want destroyers hunting down the Axis submarines, especially the Germans. So these are 2 production lines of the same destroyer. Well, that's fine. Actually, 3 production lines. Well, I'm fine with that. Let's just keep them. And we have 1, 2, 3. Let's finish that submarine. Get it taken care of. And let's see, that'll leave 7 factories when it's done. It will be done in January of this year. It'll be done in less than a month. Awesome. So we'll free up 7 factories. And then we have 3 light cruisers. Okay. Let's put 3 there. And then 3 here. One of you can finish a little bit quicker, I guess. There you go. Awesome. And then we have some, that's our naval dockyards taken care of. And then we have some military factories. Let's have a look. Is it here? Yeah. We have a deficit. That deficit is going to increase once we start training troops. I don't think I'll be building any tank divisions early on. I'll continue to build fighters and tactical bombers, but not at a great rate, because I kind of want to wait until I have the Hurricane, or at least, or even better, the Spitfire, obviously. I think initially we're going to focus mostly on infantry equipment and support equipment. Let's put 5 factories there, 5 there, so we have 1 more. I'm gonna put it there, maybe a little bit more. infantry than support equipment. We don't have that hard of a deficit here. We only need 21. Okay. That puts us at -1 for oil. When you trade, I think you have to trade for a minimum of 1 factory, which is 8 oil. Yes, so we do not want to do that. I don't want to have a surplus of anything. I'm okay with the production going a little bit slow, and I guess that's mainly, yeah, it's this light cruiser. And once we finish the submarine, then we'll have a surplus. So it's going to be fine. No national focus set. Well, that's a big problem. What can we do actually? We can't do this because we're not at war with Germany. We can do this, which is pretty damn good. It's 4 civilian factories. Just like that. National unity. I don't know what's down here, so I'm just groping in the dark here, really. Coastal forts might also be good, but I like the civilian factories first. What's down here in this tree? Well, there's the extra research slot. We'll be going for that for sure. Yeah, we can look at this later on. Just gonna start that for now. I think that will be fine. We have low manpower. Yeah, nothing we can do about that right now. And we have a need of oil. Okay. All right. So that's the opening alerts out of the way. Let's start by making some armies. What do we have in England? 19 divisions. Some of which are not trained. Let's make them into an army anyway. Montgomery, our top guy is Alan Brooke. He has entrenchment and combat with. I would like to have someone who saves me money. Do we have some? Yeah, supply consumption. That's actually Montgomery. Awesome. Also would like one who can train the troops better. I don't know if that's a thing. It's not a thing I have anyway. Let's put Montgomery in charge for the consumption reduction, and then let's click to unassign currently selected units. Okay, so I'll select the units which have trained to the regular level, and I will unassign them. You will have your own army, which is someone, it doesn't really matter. You can have a general. And then Montgomery's army here, it will exercise. Get it up to full, and then we'll just put them into the other theater, the other army as they finish, and we'll set that army to garrison England. Not that it's particularly needed at this stage. We don't expect an invasion anytime soon, but you never know. Right, this will be the British theatre, not the British Theatre 1. So, okay, that's pretty good. Then we're gonna have a an African theatre. I want to get all my forces in Africa. I cannot drag and drop from here. Is that? Oh yes, I can. No, I cannot. Sure, I have forces here. How far down do I have to go? There, I have to see the flags before I can drag and drop. That's kind of weird. let's just get all of our forces here. You too. It's a fleet. Fine. You're excused. 11 divisions. I guess that's it. We have some stuff in India too, I guess. Well, not in India. We do on Ceylon though. Okay. So this is going to be the African army in the African theater. I want to double click here. I don't want to click that button. Okay. Fine. African theater. Okay. You get a commander. You can get a reconnaissance guy. Sure. You're only 11 guys, so you don't have to have a field marshal actually. It's a general. Fine. Awesome. We are also going to garrison. We're going to garrison. There's some like a slip of land up here, and then we're gonna garrison around Ethiopia. I'm not gonna garrison in here because I want a united front. Italy may take this initially, and they'll be welcome to it. Okay, so we'll again garrison those areas. Good. Then we're gonna have a scrolling. Gonna have a far eastern theater here. We have 4 troops here. Do we have anyone in? We have that guy. We put that guy in the African theater. He can stay there. Anyone on Reunion? Is that Reunion? Cocos Islands. Huh. Anyone in Australia? Those are Commonwealth troops. Those are ships. So I guess we only have 4 divisions in the Far East. That's not a lot. You still get a commander, you get a general, well, armor speed. You do not need that. You get that guy. And that's going to be the Far Eastern Theater. Okay, so is that all of my army? Let's see here. No, Gibraltar and Malta. Okay, so you are going to be a theater upon your own. As Malta is here. We're going to put you in the African theater exactly, but you're going to have your own army, which is Henry Wilson here. He's my man for the job. You're going to stay exactly where you are. You're going to stay in the African theater. That's going to be fine. Awesome. Now we have a lot of navy, obviously. So we control drag. I'm told. Yeah. We have a navy here. We're just going to gather all our naval forces in the English Channel here. We have some in the Mediterranean, I'm sure. Maybe on Malta. Oh, shoot. Control. Too close that. Can I not? There you go. Oh, and then shift control probably. No. Okay, so I can only get the fleets one at a time. Move. Fleet elements here. Why does it select that one when I click control? That's not a fleet. Do we have a fleet here? I don't think so. There's a fleet. We can merge up for ease. Holy shit, it's a big fleet too. I'm going to gather them all there, and then I'm going to split them out later on. Anything over here? Can we check Navy? Here we go. That's easier. You. I would like to have a mini-map down here. Can I get a mini-map? I'm sure I can get a mini-map. How? I'm feeling like it should be there by default and I accidentally turned it off somehow. Allied battle plans, allegiance, day and night loop. That's all fine. That's the tension. Okay. Alright, we'll make do until we figure it out. It is a matter of time. So, Sub-Saharan Africa. Can we see if they already have a move order from this screen? So now you do the South Atlantic Fleet has an order. Can we see that? Well, we can see it there. Okay. So the hotkey for Navy is P. You want Southern England. You want Southern China. You have a ways to go. Georgia Sea. East Asia. Scotland, I already took you. The Saragossa Sea. Northern England, Iberian region. That was the Gibraltar fleet. Egypt, I think I already took. Yes. And Eastern Micronesia also on the way. Good. So that's all of our Navy. Now, all of our Air Force. That is L. So it's P, L, and O. Okay. Yeah. Good. Got it. So all of our Air Forces, I want to clear all the wings and remake them. I mean, I'm sure it's historical and all that, but I do not see the point of garrisoning fighters in the northern Scotland or whatever. I see a great deal of value though in having a strong fighter superiority in the south of England. Let's see. Can I see at a glance? L. Oh, you are on carriers. That's fine. Alexandria, you go out. Singapore, and I'm probably going to set them up again because we do need forces in Singapore and what. But I just want to get a better idea about how much we have and where. So all of these are carrier based. Awesome. Which means now we are going to set up a fighter force here. Pretty much all of our fighters. Interwar fighters, here we go. We're gonna make a wing of something like 500. Ooh, look at me. Nailed it. I cannot set it lower than the number of airplanes. Well, I don't want 624, so... set it like that, then it will reinforce itself, I guess. I'm gonna put all the naval bombers. Can't do that in the same wing. I guess that makes sense. So the naval bombers, they will be a wing on their own. The close air support 2, and the bombers. Yeah. And the remaining gladiators, which will be how many? 123. We'll split them between a force in Africa. We need to go F what? F3. Here's an airport. So we have 123. I'm thinking 50. Yeah. And then the remainder, the 73, I guess, we'll put in Singapore. 73. Actually, let's put 100 here, and then they will reinforce as they roll off the production line. There you go. Okay. Good. I guess, actually, speaking of production line, we do have bombers in production, don't we? Interwar bombers, yes. So we should set the limit on the bombers. What kind of bombers are they? Are they strategic bombers or naval bombers? The interwar bomber. The Whitley. The Whitley is... That's not helpful. Tactical bombers. Okay, it says there. Okay, so here... Can I see it here that it's in Whitley if I don't know the icon? Oh, I cannot do anything until it's deployed. Alright, so... Available planes in reserve, yes. They are being deployed as we speak. Then I guess we will unpause and we'll see if we can... They are standing by now, good. So now I guess we can open them. Are you waiting for orders? Yes. Oh, here. So I'll set you up to 300. All the bombers will come here. There. That'll be good. Okay? And then we need to set some missions for you. So the fighters, they will do air superiority in England. The close air support, you will be doing close air support in France. Oh, you could do naval strikes. Well then, screw that. I want to change my mind, please. Can I? Here, close air support, you will do Northwest Germany. Pardon me while I figure out what to do here. I don't want to click them, I want to set a mission for them. Not all of them. Now I set all of them to the English channel. That was not my intention. The fighters, only the fighters go there. Close air support, only you go there. Oh, you can't. We don't have coverage. Right. Alright, then you go there. The naval bombers, they will go here in the English channel. And the tactical bombers, they may be able to reach. Yes, they can. Alright. So the tactical bombers here, they will do port strikes there. the close air support, they will do close air support. Naval bombers here, they will do naval strikes, and in England we will be doing air superiority. Awesome. How about down here? Are you in position yet? You are still deploying. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. That's fine. That's fine. And our navy is going to be a while before it has redeployed. Yeah, we still have some people coming in. Well, they came as far as China, I guess. So it's going to be a while. Let's start the game and run on speed 3 here for a while. As England, there's not going to be a whole lot to do at the beginning. And that's kind of okay. Don't want to train you guys, sure. How about you? You are green. You are level 2. Level 3 is like that. Yes, regular. So all of you need to exercise. And you, I'm going to exercise everyone up to level 3. Oh, and another thing. I would like to begin building some troops. We don't have any experience. It's convoys, okay. So we can fiddle with the divisions, but we certainly will at a later stage. I'm not going to deploy a lot of troops in France. So mostly we'll defend the United Kingdom, which will be easy because no one can attack us through the battleship fleet. But in France, it's another matter, so we won't deploy a lot there. We'll only go to get some experience probably. But in the colonial regions, we'll try to put up a fight. So I will train some infantry. Not like that. Well, you can do one, but some regular infantry, not colonial garrisons, some honest-to-God combat infantry to take all of Africa. We're gonna do one line of it. Let's just queue up 10. That'll be okay. And we'll deploy those in... Well, we can't deploy them in the colonial regions. So we'll deploy them in England, right out here. Did that set all right? There we go, in Cornwall. And then we will redeploy them to Africa as soon as they come, which will probably be a while because we do not have any kind of infantry equipment ready for them. So we need 15,000 equipment now because I queued up those 10 units. But it's going to be a while before they are ready to do anything, so that's fine. That's why I didn't want to do them in parallel. Alright. That's fine. Production is fine and fine. Construction is queued up for a good long while. We need an oil, or we have a surplus of everything else. That's good. We probably can't do a lot in terms of political things. And we have our research set. What's that? Ah, veteran difficulty plus 10%, and the expert focus and the electronical mechanical engineering brings us almost up to 0. Alright, let's start the game and see what happens. Fleets are coming in, I see. Let's just queue them up here and merge them. All of them. Actually, let's just pause. Our air force down here in Arden has arrived. It's going to fly just some air superiority for now. And same thing in Singapore. Oh, it's still deploying. 56%. Holy shit, that's a long flight. And we still have... Yes. We still have naval forces coming home. It's gonna be a long while. Hopefully it will join up in the English channel. Hopefully it won't attack us right now. But yeah, we're cheating a little bit. We know they won't. The main thing is I just want to have a better feel for the forces that we have in our commands. Merge those. Little by little we're merging all of them. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 fleets. Ding ding. Western Mediterranean. Eastern Mediterranean. There we go. One more. A group of submarines here and a single destroyer. That's nice. Oh, King George died. He gave us national unity. No, he doesn't. Instead we get the evil Edward VIII with a weekly national unity of -0.1. That's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? I guess it was his time. It's my Air Force here, yeah? In Singapore. It is. To fly air superiority in Indonesia, I guess. I guess I can just click here. I'm not scrolling like a madman. I need to deselect that, yeah. Western Mediterranean. Are you moving at all? You're not when I'm paused. No, I guess that's fair. Need you to come home, so we have everyone. The Air Force, if we sort by airbase, we have Arden, Singapore, the 4 guys in Sussex, and then all of the carrier planes. That's the way we want it. Suddenly I have 3 here. Oh, wait, stop, pause. Hold the horses here. I think we deployed a submarine automatically. I want to deploy all of my fleets here, please, in Cornwall. Awesome music here. Let's see, Cornwall, Cornwall, Cornwall. Everyone is in Cornwall. And I need to use the hotkeys. You are coming here as well. P. So you are moving there, and you are moving there. Good. Unpause. So now we don't have a deficit, do we? In terms of oil. We do. We still do. When we're using an oil on that submarine? No, because the factory just went up here, and then the oil need transferred to there, because it's the factory that needs the oil, I guess, not the ship itself. I think I want to queue up more of everything. Want to maintain naval supremacy for sure, especially in the Mediterranean and well, especially in the Channel, obviously. But that's not going to be much of a problem because the Germans have very little. But in the Mediterranean, the Italians have a fair fleet. We want to make sure we sink that. I need to deselect the army before I can select a name. Alright, pause. The whole fleet is gathered. 236 vessels, including 4 carriers and 12 battleships. Battle cruisers, heavy cruisers, light cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. Awesome. I am going to split that fleet up in a Channel force, a Mediterranean force out of Alexandria probably, and I'm gonna have a small African force down here just to raid the Suez Canal, and finally a force in Singapore to kind of harass the Japanese and whatnot. I'm going to set that up off camera because it's not going to be terribly interesting, and then when we come back here we'll be ready to deploy the fleet and let time pass. It's going to be a long while until we get to war. That's just the nature of the game. See you next time though. Bye for now.